you can create like a website right off of YouTube, which I hadn't known until recently. So I tested it out and I was like, oh, it does work. You can toggle these off and add these on and put these sections in, and you can go through my first page and you can see how I've put it together. Let's just say I've managed to utilize 1,300 videos of mine and place them in segments for particular classes. So even though I've worked very hard at this, I just know that this was the right place to do it in, which was, I think it's absolutely bonkers, but I did it anyway. Because I'm that type of person who will just do it anyway. So that's my, my little kind of discussion talking about this whole question on AI, and everybody's, the people in, like lawyers are beginning to say you can't copyright this stuff. So I was like, there is a way to make sure, if you're going to be using AI, for instance, you have to implement your own, you have to show that you're able to do, you're not just like putting like words in and just having the computer doing, or the AI do it for you. You need to prove that you have a human element in it, whether it's you being placed in the video, whether you're doing the music that you're producing, whether you're like today, I'm going to reconstruct some of the images and then place them into like a catalog format to create like a cartoon. You have to kind of adjust and alter it, and you have to make sure that you have elements of your own personal, yourself. You have to be included into this process. Like I said, you can't, if the AI is just doing like the visual images, or they're just doing the music and you're just kind of putting something in the prompter, just because you can, that's not considered copyright capabilities. You have to make sure that if you're going to be doing the AI stuff, you have to make sure that it is authentic, original, and it's a concept that you kind of constructed through the process, right? That's the whole thing. So I do jump discussions, and I do jump topics. So I'm trying new things. I'm always trying new things. Like I said, I have 1,300 videos. That is, like everybody says, oh, you have to have like 1,000 views on a video or it doesn't get pushed out. I was like, well, what if you reverse it and you do like 1,000 videos and then you post all the videos to make sure that they're like copyright free because you own all the rights? You never know, the algorithm might work a different way. This is how my mind thinks. I was like, let's just break the boundaries. Okay, let's see what can and can't be done, because I was like, people talk, but let's see, because I like to experiment. Same thing applies I like to experiment with music, I like to experiment with the arts. I will experiment with platforms to see what could work, what could happen, because I've built my own sites. I've built my own websites. I have my own site with my own digital products on it, so I don't have to pay other companies to promote my own products. I have it on my own site. And I find that when you are in charge of your own space, it's just easier to kind of develop a vision, right? That belongs to you versus everybody else trying to tell you what to do. You then create something that feels right for yourself, if you know what I mean. Like, I just don't think following everybody's instructions is going to help you. It might help them because now you're watching their videos, but what is it in for you? What can it help you to do for your particular direction? Like, what is the goal? So this channel, now that I have 1,300 videos up, you now have an assortment of 4 different playlists of like maybe 15 videos in each playlist, breaking down what you can do with the arts, what you can do with the music, what you can do maybe with the fashion, what you can do with business, and how to make the space comfortable for you and also stay safe from copyright restrictions, because that is the biggest key, right? You want to try to make sure that you're staying away from copyright restrictions. I just feel as if people emphasize, oh yeah, you got to do this, that, and the other, but they're not helping enough people talk about those safety measures like that you should take for your videos. So my channel also has that as well. So what can you do to prevent yourself from getting yourself into a pickle when it comes down to copyright claims, right? Copyright is huge. So going back into the music side is that I found that when you produce your own music, which is what I've been doing, and I tested it out and it works, If you produce your own music, right, you can continuously play that music in the background. And those videos are safe and secure because now you own that sound. You're not having to depend on somebody else's music to ride off of, or ride off the back, or whatever you want to call it. And then eventually, and I tested it out. We have remixes on here. Here I am thinking, I was like in the back end the other day. I was like, what is this remix thing? And I went in and I turned the whole entire remix thing off, from the videos that I have all the way down to the shorts. And then I realized, oh, I see what this is. So say for instance you have music that you're working on with somebody, or you're using somebody else's music. That person one day, like I did the other day, can turn off that remix, okay? Remove the remix and disable everything dealing with that particular track. The light's off for all the videos that have used that particular video music. It's just, you have to keep in mind that these, if you do your original stuff, that can't happen to you because now you own the rights. But if it is the case that somebody identifies that these are the kind of things that they're concerned about, like I was the other day, they have the permission to disable those. So you just need to bear in mind what kind of things you can do and can't do on YouTube. Don't forget, we don't own this platform. The platform owns the platform, so they make the rules for us to be able to use it. So we do have to abide by the rules, right? So there are a lot of things you can do behind the scene. It's not just having a conversation, but also understanding the technical skills behind the setup and the platform and the layout. So that's basically what we have here. But let me get into a little bit of some of the work that I wanted to do. But you're absolutely welcome to ask me questions. Go check out so this was based off of, when I created this was off of like a catalog layout, right? Then I transitioned this into like an Amazon formatted format. Now I'm going to use this type of format and reconstruct it for a cartoon, like a comic, an anime, right? And then the images that I have to reconstruct that. So I don't know if you can see that, but you can zoom in and out of your screen if you want to take a look and see what I'm doing here. Okay, so let me just go into new project, book. This is iPhoto. If you have this is an older version of the computer. Now I don't know if the new versions of an Apple laptop will allow this, because I know that they upgrade things. So if you have an older version, guess what? You're in luck. So I'm going to use this layout to create, I don't know what the comic's going to be about yet, but everybody's moving towards storytelling on here. So storytelling also comes with creating a storyboard, and the storyboards only really happen once you have a general idea, and then that can branch out eventually. What is this? It takes me weeks to come up with an idea. Let's put it that way. It's not just a one moment concept, right? Yeah, but I'm just kind of putting these together to have the timestamp to prove that this is indeed something I have been working on. So don't just give up on this. I mean, look, we don't have to spend fortunes on a film crew now. You can literally just make it happen for yourself and make it work independently, which is good. I've been working for myself for years now officially, and registered a company and did my business courses and gotten my degrees, and I feel like I'm ready to just be my self-sufficient self as I am and just make it happen. Right, that's also important, self-sufficiency. Okay, now I have to go into these images over here, and I have to transfer all of these. Let me just see. But I'm busy just reusing and repurposing the images I've already done for a new idea or a possible digital animation that I'm going to transfer over to my my personal website, which is called Nomadixx.com. And I use the name Nomadixx because In 2002, there was no definition. There was no definition for the idea of global. There was something called global nomad, but Nomadixx is more like high-tech, new technology transitioning from just the normal global nomad into a more refined, basically that's what it is that on my website you can even see what I've described as Nomadixx, right? Nomadic lifestyle, then you have nomadic global globetrotters, and now we have like Nomadixx, the transition from the new, where we are right now in technology, and the moving away from just the generic traveler to a more refined understanding of what global identity is, right? So that's what we're dealing with here. Adjust the pages too. I don't know if I want that page or straight. I mean, now I have to do a storyline and stuff, right? So maybe I do little comment sections. I'll have to adjust those, another format to create the bubbles. But there are many ways of layering, you know, you can do multiple things and create different ideas for different concepts. So I'm moving into the arts now, and I'm showing people that if you're going to use something like AI, make sure that you have a fingerprint of the work of your own. So you have proof that it's something that you own, because this whole world right now we're living in is like, it's good to use, you have to be careful. Like everything you do, you have to be cautious with. That's the whole point, right? You got to make sure that you're keeping an eye on, yes, the trends are cool, but keeping an eye on the realistic logistics of what things do and what things don't do. So I think that's where my channel is I'm trying to test it out for you guys so you can see what can be done, and then what is safe to do on the platform and what is technically not safe to do on the platform. So this kind of stuff, if you have AI things and you wanted to reconstruct it into like a comic or a catalog and then digitalize it onto your own personal websites, that's a thought. That's something you could probably do. Or you can just do the videos and create a storyline and then manifest a vision for like a movie or a comic, like a 3D comic that you want to play with. Or you create characters that you want to do for video games. Now, I'm not huge into video games. My channel is not technically video game orientated, but I think the skill of art, like if you are a gamer and you want to learn how to draw like characters or create characters, this channel might be good to learn the basics of how to develop a vision, you know? So that's, or what to do with the ideas. So that's where I'm coming from. Yeah. So these actually look really nice on digital images, which is very cool. And all of these didn't, like all these characters I created individually and then brought them together into a larger picture. So these all came from different types of ways of putting them together. So the human evidence, you want if you're going to do AI, you have to have the human proof that you actually were partaking in the developments of the idea. So that's what this is, right? So that's just basically what I'm doing right now, is just I'm putting the proof in the facts. Like I didn't just create it, I'm literally interacting with it to create something. Maybe these characters are going to save the planet in some way, I don't know. But we'll come up with a story-based line and introducing the characters, right? And then a storyline, maybe they're saving the planet. This is probably a globe that she's holding. Here are the wait, so I forgot to introduce the characters. So let's bring this character there. Let's bring, where's that other one? Maybe they're from, it's not just for the American community. I think this is a kind of an environment to connect with people from around the world. So that's what I'm seeing about this right now. Okay. So that's the general idea, right? That's just the general. I'm just gonna start the process and work on it later. So just wanted to recap. The series is going to be breaking down individual creators from around the world during different eras, starting from the 70s Then we're going to shift over to MTV and that time period. And then we're going to talk about the African diaspora. And then we're going to dive into like this whole new era of art being distributed through blind boxes and pop mart. So I feel as if this is like a global history, like a global art history or global history within the arts. Because I'm not going to just talk about artists. I'm going to be talking about musicians and painters and maybe even writers and composers and just variations of people from international backgrounds, because even though they are recognized for a name and where they might have grown up from, they also have a global perspective on construction of their growth and their products or their things that they're creating in the world of change. So that's where we're going right now with this channel. Thank you so much for joining me.